Hey, it's Maximo and welcome to Maximo's Travels. Tokyo in Japan is the world's largest city. It's a vibrant, bustling city that is full of interesting and unique attractions. And in this video, I've curated Tokyo's most unique, strange and quirky attractions you can visit, including Jimbocho Book City, where I visit a cat-themed bookstore. I visit an earthquake science museum and learn about Japan's turbulent history of earthquakes. Get really grossed out when I visit a Parasite Museum. Visit Nikon's corporate headquarters, where I go to the Nikon Museum, where I see so many historic lenses and cameras, including rare prototypes that date back to the 1940s. I ride on a unique, driverless, hybrid monorail train all the way to the man-made island of Odiba in Tokyo Bay, where I'll see sakura, gorgeous views of the Tokyo skyline, and see a replica of the Statue of Liberty in New York. I'll go to the Aquarium Museum in Ginza, where I'll see more fish than I can poke a stick at. The fish tanks are art installations with fabulous colours, lighting and music. I'll get fabulous views from the Sky Bar at the Asahi corporate headquarters, otherwise known as the Golden Poo. I'll see lots of fabulous and historic timepieces at the Seiko Museum in Ginza. Visit a hidden rooftop park, as well as one of only 6 Starbucks roasteries in the world, and spend time in one of the busiest and largest train stations in Japan, Tokyo Station. Join me as I explore 15 of Tokyo's strangest, quirkiest, and most interesting places to visit. Tokyo is Japan's capital and most populous city. It's known as a vibrant hub where modern culture, business, and diverse traditions merge, making it a global city. Greater Tokyo houses more than 40 million inhabitants, making it the most populous urban area in the world. It's the home of fabulous restaurants and iconic landmarks. But in this video, I'll be showing you some of the strangest, off the beaten path, and downright bizarre places you'll ever likely to go in Tokyo. For your convenience, I've split them up into different chapters and provided links for all these places in the description. So in no particular order, I've curated the strangest places that I've visited in Tokyo. Perhaps the strangest and most uncomfortable places I've visited in Tokyo is the Meguro Parasite Museum. It's certainly the strangest museum I've ever been to. Located in Tokyo's Meguro district, the museum is a unique research centre and museum dedicated to the study of parasites, displaying a large collection of specimens including an impressive 8.8 metre long tapeworm. It offers scientific and educational looks at the world of parasites, featuring exhibits on the diversity of parasites and those that affect humans, while also functioning as a serious research facility. The museum is the world's only institution solely dedicated to the study of parasites. The relatively small museum covers 2 floors that showcases over 300 preserved parasite specimens, educational videos, and displays on the parasite life cycles. Admission is free, but donations are gladly accepted. The museum was founded in 1953 and moved to its present location in 1993. The museum also has a small gift shop, so you can buy a t-shirt adorned with parasites, or even a mobile phone case that contains actual parasites in it. This was a fascinating, yet at the same time unsettling museum to visit, and definitely not a place for the squeamish among you to visit. A museum that is significantly less gruesome, but yet uniquely fascinating, is the Nikon Museum, especially if you're a fan of Nikon photographic equipment, which I count myself as a little bit of a fanboy. The museum relocated here in 2024, and it's located on the first floor of Nikon's global headquarters in Shinagawa, Tokyo. The Nikon Museum is a corporate museum that showcases the company's history, products, and technologies in areas such as photography, optics, and precision instruments, with displays ranging from its first camera to industrial equipment. It first opened to the public in its former headquarters in 2015, celebrating Nikon's 100th anniversary. The museum highlights Nikon's history and tradition of innovation through its thousands of exhibits. Visitors can expect to see a wide range of items, including cameras from the first Nikon model in 1948 to its latest model cameras and lenses, including specialized equipment like semiconductor lithograph systems, microscopes, and measuring instruments. The museum is divided into 4 zones: the entrance and gift shop, the industry section, consumer section, and theatre section. You're also able to interact with some of the exhibits, such as trying out some of the latest camera models and lenses. Exhibits are informative and very well laid out, and they're presented in both English and Japanese, and some of the staff members are also able to speak English. But what really fascinated me was the huge wall of both cameras and lenses on display. Not only were very popular cameras and lenses on display, but original one-off prototypes, as well as very rare historical examples of Nikon's earliest cameras and lenses. The museum is very well laid out, spacious, and allows you to get up close and personal with some of the exhibits. They even have a small art gallery that showcases some outstanding photos taken with Nikon photographic equipment. And all up, I spent about an hour and a half at the museum. After I finished in the museum, I spent some time in the small but well-stocked gift store. You can buy t-shirts, coffee mugs, or even baseball hats. They even have their own gachapon machine, and I was able to buy a couple of trinkets as souvenirs. If you're into the art, science, and technology behind photography, then a visit to the Nikon Museum in Tokyo must be on your to-do list the next time you're in Tokyo.
Flashback.
If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. And hit that notify bell so you'll be notified of all my future videos. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, then please consider supporting my channel by buying me a coffee.
End of flashback.
Tokyo Booktown, also known as Jimbocho, is a district famous for being the city centre for used bookstores, publishing houses, and antique shops, with over 150 shops creating a unique literary atmosphere. The area is a charming blend of old and new, with streets lined with bookstores, cafes, curry houses, and one unique cat-themed bookstore. But we've come out to the Jimboko area, an area that's known for its many different old bookstores. Some are quite quirky, including this cat-themed bookstore that I'm standing in front of. So we're going to explore the area and see what different sorts of bookstores there are in this area. Cats have long been popular in Japan for historical and cultural reasons, including the association of cats with good luck and prosperity, their integration into folklore and art, and their suitability as modern pets for small living spaces. This bookstore is dedicated to cats and has thousands of books, magazines, graphic novels, and children's books. Some were even written in English. My partner Joe picked up a couple of cat-themed children's books to help her learn Japanese. The kind owner even stamped her stamp book.
大丈夫です。
ありがとうございます。
こちらこそ大丈夫です。ありがとうございます。
The cat bookstore was a unique cultural experience, as was walking through the many different bookstores in the Jimbocho area. It seemed like every square inch of space in this area was dedicated to books. This included the sidewalks and the small alleyways in this area. There was even a book-themed hotel called the Book Hotel. Of course, all the guest bedrooms are decked out with books and resembles libraries and small studios, whilst all the common areas look like libraries or bookstores. It's quite unique. There are so many new and second-hand bookstores in this area, and some of them have even been turned into cafes. We even purchased 3 Japanese-style woodblock prints from this quaint bookstore in the area. Jimbocho is a unique place to visit. Odiba is a modern, man-made island in Tokyo Bay, known for its futuristic architecture, entertainment, shopping, and museums, offering a seaside escape from the busy city centre. I think a large part of the attraction of going to Odiba is how to get there, especially if you take the Yurakanome elevated train from Shimbashi Station. The Yurakanome line is perhaps one of the most unique modes of transport in Tokyo. It's often called a monorail, but it's not. In fact, it's a driverless automated train with rubber tyres that run on an elevated track. This unique mode of transport is very quirky, and it offers stunning views of Tokyo Bay and the Tokyo skyline. The fare from Shimbashi Station to Odiba Keihin-Koen Station is 325 yen, and the journey takes around 13 minutes. But not only do you get to ride on an elevated driverless train system, you also get to cross the huge and high Rainbow Bridge. This 800-metre long double-decker bridge carries cars and trains across Tokyo Bay to the island of Odiba. But not only do you get to ride across the Rainbow Bridge, you also get a ride on the loop bridge that juts out into the Bay of Tokyo. Here's a Google Maps image of it, and here's what it looks like to ride on the loop bridge and the Rainbow Bridge from the train carriage.
The uniform line is currently operating on time. The doors will automatically close before departure. If you are using a baby carriage or require extra time to enter or exit the train, please notify us when we enter. We will greatly adjust.
It doesn't take long to reach the first station on Odiba Island, the Odiba Keihin-Koen Station. Once you leave the station, walk out onto the walkway to get stunning views of the Tokyo skyline and the Rainbow Bridge, as well as a man-made beach, the Odiba Seaside Park. The area is renowned for its wide, broad seaside promenades, giving you access to all the key attractions on the island. Hundreds of sakura trees line the promenades, and we were fortunate that they were in full bloom on the day that we visited. Odiba is a popular destination for both tourists and locals, with attractions like shopping malls, Aqua City, Diver City, entertainment venues, museums, and a replica of the Statue of Liberty, all located here. You'll also find a Madame Tussauds as well as Legoland, located on the island. It's a major entertainment hub with cinemas, shops, restaurants and cafes all located here, and you can get a pretty good meal here at a reasonable price. The island is built on reclaimed land and is man-made. It was built in the 1950s for defence. It was dramatically expanded and redeveloped as a major commercial and leisure area in the late 20th century. At the end of the promenade, you'll find the Statue of Liberty in Odiba, which is a replica of the original New York statue. It's a very, very popular spot to take selfies and Instagram photos. The statue was originally a temporary exhibit built in 1998 to celebrate Japan and France's friendship. It became a permanent fixture due to its popularity. It's approximately 1/7 the size of the original statue in New York. This is a unique and surreal experience, and made iconically Japanese, with the sakuras in the foreground, the statue in the middle, and the Rainbow Bridge and the Tokyo skyline in the background. Going to Odiba is certainly a unique way to spend a couple of hours in Tokyo. We finished at the Statue of Liberty and then walked the West Promenade all the way to Odiba Station. You'll get to see fantastic architecture along the way.
That is a very distinctive Fuji television building.
We found Odiba Station without too much drama and hopped back on that unique monorail all the way back to Shimbashi Station. I managed to get a spot at the very front of the carriage on the return trip on the Yurikamomi line, and I was able to capture some absolutely brilliant footage of the journey back to Shimbashi Station. We had an absolutely brilliant time going to and visiting Odiba, and I would strongly suggest that you put it on your bucket list when you're next in Tokyo. The ride on this strange monorail is worth a trip just in and of itself. Our next destination was a very unique bar, the Sky Room, which is located on level 22 of the top floor of the Asahi Group head office building. The Asahi head office is another famous landmark in Tokyo. It's an office complex made up of two main buildings. The smaller one is topped with what looks like to be a golden poo. It's actually a large sculpture called the Asahi Flame, and it's said to be inspired by the Olympic flame at the 1964 Olympics. It's also said to represent the frothy head of an Asahi beer, and definitely not a golden poo. The Asahi head office is located just the other side of the Sumida River, a short 500-meter walk away from Asakusa. The small black building with the golden poo on top is called the Asahi Beer Hall. The taller golden building is an office building with the Sky Room being located on the top on the 22nd floor.
So to get to the sky deck, you don't actually go into the building with the big golden poo on the top of it, but you go to the office tower, which is right next door to it. Now this is a Saturday afternoon, and for all intents and purposes this looks like an office building that's actually closed. The Asahi Group. But it's not closed. As you enter the door, and then enter another door, and this is the elevator that takes you to the 21st floor, and then up the escalator to the 22nd floor to the sky deck. Get off the lift at the 21st floor and go up the escalators to the 22nd floor.
You'll find a unique, almost hidden bar at the top of the escalators. We got here late on a Saturday morning and had to wait 20 minutes to get in. If you're arriving on a weekend or public holiday, it's advisable to book in advance. You order and pay at the front counter before being escorted to your seat. You can order a beer and a limited number of snacks, as the food options are quite limited. The bar offers spectacular views of the Sumida River and Asakusa, as well as the Tokyo skyline. Joe and I each ordered a super dry and some snacks. The beer was fresh, cold and crisp, and the views of Tokyo were absolutely stunning. It's a very nice vantage spot, isn't it? Entry is free, you just have to order some beer and or some food. The bar area is quite small and the seating can get a little bit cramped, and the views you get can be quite different depending on where you're sitting. But if you wait for people to leave, you can sneak in some really nice shots of the different parts of the skyline of Tokyo. It was reasonably expensive here. A couple of drinks and a couple of snacks cost around 4,000 yen, or around about 40 Australian dollars. This was reasonably expensive, but the views and the experience were probably worth it in the end. This is a view from the men's toilet. Not too shabby, is it? If you're planning a visit to Asakusa and the Sensoji Temple, I definitely recommend a side visit to the Asahi Group Sky Room, as well as a walk along the banks of the Sumida River, where you'll experience stunning views of the landscape and architecture within Tokyo. If you spend any length of time in Tokyo, then sooner or later you're bound to go through Tokyo train station. Tokyo Station isn't just a bustling transportation hub, but it's a destination in itself. It's a unique place to get a snapshot of the busyness and culture of Tokyo and Japan. The Marunouchi Station building, a historic red brick landmark of the Tokyo Station, was originally built in 1914 and restored in 2012. The architecture of this unique building has withstood earthquakes and the destruction in World War II. In summer months, Marunouchi Square out the front is cooled by a water installation. Here's a side view of the Marunouchi building and square taken across the road on the roof of the Kitte building. In the summer months, the vast Marunouchi Square is cooled down with quite an impressive water feature. The architecture inside the Marunouchi building, especially its three domes, are as impressive as that on the outside. The building has been designated an important cultural property, recognised for its historical, cultural and architectural value. The station is Tokyo's largest station and one of Japan's busiest, serving over 1 million passengers per day on its 23 lines. It contains both JR lines as well as a number of private and public suburban metro lines. It's also the central hub for Japan's Shinkansen high-speed rail network. The station is absolutely enormous. Here's a map of some of the station's platforms, and here's a map of some of the shops and cafes and restaurants on the first floor. The station is busy, noisy, and very confusing, and I have no doubt that you'll get lost in it just as we did on more than one occasion. It's quite a challenge navigating your way to a certain shop or area in the station. A lot of it is underground and Google Maps won't quite work for you. So my general advice for navigating the station is to pick the spot you want to go to, find out where the nearest major landmark or exit is located, and navigate towards it. The station is just so busy, and it's fascinating to watch all the people scurrying by to their destinations. I think it's hugely rewarding to slow down and spend a couple of hours wandering around the station precinct. The station complex houses a vast underground city with numerous shops, restaurants and food courts like Tokyo Ramen Street and the Gangster Dining Complex, as well as Character Street. It's just truly fascinating to walk through the station, especially the basement level. On the video, I'm walking down First Avenue, filled with convenience stores, souvenir shops, places that sell bento boxes, amongst other things. This station almost overwhelms you. Have a listen.
I wonder if she gets us all voice by the end of the day.
It was lunchtime, so we came to the relative tranquility of Ramen Street. It's less a street and more of a side alley that has half a dozen specialty ramen restaurants. We specifically sought out one that specializes in vegetarian and gluten-free ramen. It's called Soronoiro Nippon. You need to place your order at the front ticketing machine, which we did so with the friendly assistance of the staff in the store, and made sure that we got vegetarian and gluten-free ramen meals respectively. All right, Joe, where have you taken me this time?
Ramen.
Ramen.
It's difficult for us to eat.
Yes, gluten-free and vegan ramen.
Yes. It would have been a lot easier if you weren't also allergic to shrimp.
Arigato. There's a biru.
One beer, I can't have any more alcohol right now.
No worries. So that's a biru. And
Yeah.
we're in the heart of all the bowels of Tokyo Station, aren't we?
Yes, this was
It's quite difficult to find.
not too bad. Not too bad.
It's on the
We found a map on
yes,
Yesu side.
Yesu side,
It's
north.
underground. Well, we walked quite a ways, I'm not quite sure. If you get on the Yesu side and go down one floor,
Yeah.
and then find a map on the wall and look for the Ramen Street.
Ramen Street,
It's
yeah.
near Character Street.
Yeah.
And then look at the little map on the wall, and it's called. We'll put it down below what it's called.
Yeah. And our first dish, vegan gyoza, is alright. And very conveniently is the name of the restaurant. Arigato. Alright.
Sauce ramen, which
Soy sauce ramen with
different noodles.
Chinese noodles.
Yeah, because
And no
the
shrimp.
other ones were not possible. Shrimp infestation on the other noodles.
And your mushroom ramen has arrived. It's really nice too, doesn't it?
Not quite me.
It could be meat. Well, at least you can pick it out. Alright, get stuck into it. They're going with your noodles there. Slippery suckers, aren't they? Nice delicate flavours. So what do you think of that, Joe?
Very tasty.
Yeah, mecha ushi.
Yeah, nice mushroom broth I had.
And I had a very nice soy sauce broth. Very delicate flavours. Certainly recommend coming here. So if you find yourself at Tokyo Station, I would slow down and take a couple of hours to check out the inside and outside architecture of the Marunouchi building, get lost in its underground city, and perhaps go to Ramen Street and have a delicious ramen. In all the world, there's nothing quite like Tokyo Station. The Seiko Museum is a Tokyo museum that showcases the history of Seiko, its innovations in watch and clock making, and the evolution of timekeeping itself. You think that the museum would be located in Seiko's corporate headquarters in Ginza, but it's not. It's actually located about a block and a half away. This is where the iconic building of the corporate headquarters is located in Ginza, and this is where the Seiko Museum is located. Admission to the museum is free. They recommend prior bookings, although we didn't have one when we attended and didn't have to wait to be escorted in. The museum is spread out on 6 floors plus the basement of a small office building in Ginza. The museum features a wide range of exhibits, from ancient timekeeping instruments and traditional Japanese clocks to a history of Seiko's advancements and its role in sports timing. The museum covers the history of timekeeping in Japan, with artifacts from sundials to modern watches. Highlights include early Japanese clocks, Seiko's first produced wristwatch from 1913, and exhibits on the company's contribution to sports timing. Some of the exhibits were items used in the 1964 and 2021 Summer Olympic Games, both held in Tokyo. The museum's focus is not only on Seiko's products, but also on the broader history of timekeeping, from nature-based systems to human-made technology. Visitors can be immersed in the history of Seiko and the company's founder, Kintaro Hattori, and see how Seiko has consistently innovated to stay ahead of the industry. This is a Japanese museum, and you do get some of the strange and quirky items that they've produced over the years, as well as some very, very expensive timepieces.
That watch is 15 million yen. How much is that in Australian dollars? Around $50,000?
Yep. In 2006.
Oh.
Even though the museum covers 7th floor of an office building, the floor area isn't all that large, and we did the museum in around about 1 hour. And we found the floors containing scientific measuring equipment and timepieces, as well as historical artifacts, by far the most interesting. If you're in the Ginza area and are a fan of Seiko products, Japanese watches, or science and technology more broadly, I could highly recommend visiting the Seiko Museum. The museum even has a small gift store where you can buy a small memento of your visit here. If you're in Tokyo visiting Shibuya and are in the tourist mecca of the Shibuya Scramble Crossing, then you should do yourself a favour and continue on the 500 or so metres to Miyashita Park. It's only about a 5-minute walk to a hidden urban oasis. Miyashita Park is a multifunctional complex in Tokyo's Shibuya district that combines a shopping mall, restaurants, a hotel, and a huge rooftop park featuring sports facilities and green spaces. This modern redevelopment of the original park offers a variety of activities from shopping and dining to sports like skateboarding and volleyball, all while providing a relaxed outdoor area on its huge roof. The structure houses a multi-level shopping mall with trendy restaurants, stores, entertainment, and even a hotel. Its green spaces weren't very green when I visited. I think the grass was still in its dormant stage in early April. I've got to say the rooftop park was fairly impressive, with a green lawn when it's green, art installations and various sporting activities and facilities such as skating parks, a bouldering wall and a beach volleyball court. It's right beside a busy railway line, so you can do a little bit of train spotting while you're at it. The site was redeveloped from a much older park into a multi-storey complex and opened to the public in 2020. This park would be a green oasis in the middle of summer. It's in a trendy, vibrant area of Tokyo, and the park is dedicated to young people with all its different sporting facilities. You can access the roof and different levels of the shopping centre by stairs, escalators, as well as lifts. And while it wasn't very green when I visited, I did have the pleasure of seeing quite a few sakuras in full bloom in and around the park. There's quite a few restaurants and izakayas on the south side of the complex. It's called Shibuya Yochoko, and it's a great place to get a bite to eat or a couple of beers whilst you're in the area. So if you're visiting the Shibuya area of Tokyo, I would highly recommend making a small detour and checking out Miyashita Park. Another really unique museum is the Art Aquarium. This is located in the centre of Ginza and was a 15-minute walk away from our hotel. It's located across the road from the famous Seiko clock tower and located on the 9th floor of a large department store, the Ginza Mitsukoshi. Both the museum and the department store open at 10 a.m. and we had to wait outside until the doors opened. Once the doors opened, there was a mad scramble with hundreds of people to get up to the 9th floor and secure tickets. Although once we reached the ticket machines, there didn't appear to be much of a line at all. Same day tickets cost 2,700 yen, around about 27 Australian dollars or 18 US dollars, and can be purchased with a credit card at these automated ticketing booths. And you can choose English to help you. We came here early on a Friday morning and there wasn't much of a queue. Although if you're coming here on a weekend or public holiday, I would suggest that you purchase online tickets in advance. If you're peckish or thirsty, there is a cafe on the 9th floor in this building, as well as a restaurant if you want something a bit more substantial. And then just beyond some glass doors, you'll find a tranquil little garden on the roof of the building. And on a nice day, you can sit out in the sun and enjoy a coffee or a nibble. And we were surprised to find a couple of sakura or cherry trees in full bloom up here as well. With my sightseeing over, we headed into the museum.
So this is the entrance to the Art Aquarium Museum on the 9th floor. After you've bought your tickets, you go down the escalator
Go to the handrail and please be careful not to let your phone.
to the museum.
The Art Aquarium is quite a unique experience. Maybe not quite as unique as the Parasite Museum that I visited. The Art Aquarium, as the name implies, involves fish being held in different size fish bowls and surrounded by music and different coloured lights. It's a spectacular and striking display on both a visual and audio level. And while I had some concern about the fish swimming around in quite small enclosures, they did seem to be swimming around happily enough. The aquarium contained a number of different rooms, each one having a different art installation. Some were huge montages with big displays and constantly changing lights. And these displays were bold, large and mightily impressive. Other installations allowed you to get really close and check out some of the fish in close detail. And some of the installations were simply mesmerizing, with the fish swimming in constant movement, the spectacular lights and the atmospheric music. The Art Aquarium's not huge, but there are about a dozen different rooms. And all up, we spent around an hour or so wandering around all the different rooms of the Art Aquarium. It would certainly be a very interesting place to bring younger children. And children of elementary school age and under are admitted free. The Art Aquarium is a strangely fascinating place, and I would recommend a visit here for you. Both Joe and I really enjoyed our visit here in the Art Aquarium. And as with a lot of attractions in Japan, the exit was via a very large gift shop where you could buy a lot of fish-inspired gear, including washi tape. Another not-to-be-missed Ginza attraction is the Muji's lifestyle flagship store that features cafes, restaurants and even a hotel. It's located less than 200 metres and a 3-minute walk away from the Seiko Museum. Floors 7 to 10 are occupied by the exclusive and expensive hotel. We went up to level 6 for the coffee and salon.
So Joe, where are you taking me to?
We're in Muji. Muji's in Australia as well, just not this big.
Is that like a lifestyle store or something?
Yeah, clothes, homeware, stationery,
Yeah.
food.
And we're at the coffee and salon on the 6th floor.
There's no one in.
No, it's very quiet. Very
There's a
quiet.
hotel on this floor.
There is. It's very, very stylish, isn't it?
Yes.
Very stylish indeed. We just ordered a couple of coffees and having a nice sit down after our exploring of several museums.
I ordered an iced coffee, Joe a cappuccino, and we shared a matcha soft serve ice cream.
This matcha is really nice. It's vanilla and matcha. Creamy.
Suitably rested, refreshed and caffeinated, we started to explore the Muji flagship store. The store featured a number of art installations as well as industrial displays. This one was the source of the wood of some of their furniture. The lobby and front desk of the Muji Hotel is also located on the 6th floor. The hotel costs around 600 Australian dollars or $400 per night. We checked out the rest of the exhibits on the 6th floor, including a display of different species of wood and how it's used in their different furniture that they sell in the store. The furniture on display was generally compact, as apartments in Tokyo are quite small, and the variety and range of products for sale was simply astonishing. I mean, look at this wall of slippers. It looks like an artwork, and as you'd expect with a lifestyle store, everything was modern, funky, utilitarian, and stylish. And there's just so many weird and wonderful products that you can't get in Australia or anywhere else for that matter. We kept wandering through the 7 different levels of this store, and Joe did get several items including stationery and organising bags. If you're in Tokyo, I would encourage you to go see a lifestyle or department store for a unique shopping experience unlike anything you've experienced before. A few hundred meters away from Ginza 6 is the mega Donki. If you're ever in Japan, you must simply go to one of these stores. It can best be described as organized chaos, and it's an assault on the senses, your ears, your eyes, and your nose.
This is all.
The Don Quixote stores are insane on many different levels, including the noise, the crowds, the crowded aisles, the humongous range and just sheer variety of products for sale, and the ridiculously low prices. They even have tax discounts for international travellers so long as you bring your passport with you and purchase your items at the tax-free checkouts. And we always find it quite difficult walking out here without actually buying anything. In summary, the place is insane. Another unique museum that few Western tourists go is the Tokyo Earthquake Science Museum. We visited it on our second trip to Tokyo in 2023. It is somewhat off the beaten path, located 30 minutes north of the city centre and requiring you to catch 2 trains and doing a fair bit of walking. We rode on the Ginza and Nambuko lines, which I hadn't been on before. I can never get tired of riding Japanese trains.
The next station is Nishimori, JK33. The doors on the right side will open. Please change it for the Chiyoda Company line and the Nikoi Company liner.
The museum is located a 15-minute or 500-metre walk away from Nishigahara Station. The Earthquake Science Museum is an interactive educational centre where visitors can experience and learn about earthquakes through stimulators, demonstrations, and exhibits on seismic activity. Its earthquake simulator allows visitors to safely experience the intensity of past earthquakes. The earthquake demonstration in the simulator is held hourly, and unfortunately, we just missed it, and we didn't want to wait an hour until the next session, so unfortunately, we missed out on it. The museum contains exhibits, artifacts, and photos of all the major earthquakes that have struck Japan since the 1700s, and the sheer number of earthquakes and their devastating consequences really strikes you. The museum acts as a training and educational centre with interactive displays, and while some materials have limited English, the displays are designed to be intuitive for visitors of all different backgrounds. The museum is quite small, and without going to the simulator, we finished it in around about 20 minutes or so. For our lucky number 13, I've got 2 attractions for the price of 1, which are the Napori Fabric Town and or the Asakusabashi Bead Town. You can choose which one to go to, but if you're particularly crafty, then you can choose to go to both, as they both provide a unique insight into the culture and commercial side of Tokyo's arts and crafts industries. The Nippori Fabric Town is located quite close to the Earthquake Museum and a 20-minute ride away from the city centre on the Yamamoto line. It's a mile-long stretch along the Nippori Central Street, a short walk from the south exit of Nippori Station. The area has close to 100 specialty shops selling a wide variety of fabrics, buttons, leather, sewing supplies, and attracting designers, hobbyists, and the odd tourists. Some of the shops are quite small, while others are massive multi-story buildings. They offer a huge selection of textiles, from affordable to unique, plus buttons, leather, and other sewing accessories, such as dressmaking patterns. It's a really busy, bustling area with a long history as a wholesale and retail hub, and there's many shops to explore. One of the stores of note is called Tomato, which has multiple buildings and a wide range of affordable fabrics. Now, I do understand that this place may not suit everyone's needs or tastes, but if you're into fabrics and the arts and crafts scene, well, then this place is definitely one that you should put on your to-do list.
3,000 whoop-whoos later.
Asakusabashi is known as Bead Town for its numerous wholesale and retail stalls selling a wide variety of beads, craft supplies, and traditional Japanese dolls. It's located to the northwest of the city centre, 6 stops away on the Asakusa line, and any reason to jump on a Japanese train is a very good reason in my view. It's an older part of Tokyo that's bounded by the Kanda and Sumida rivers. It's a quaint, old, charming part of Tokyo that I think is not very well visited by foreign tourists. The bead shops weren't open, and we took the opportunity just to wander around the riverfront and check out all the different sights and sounds and river boats. It was 10 a.m. and most of the bead shops should be open. Unfortunately, the first that we went to, the Toho store, looked like it was permanently closed. We did move on to many other bead shops, however. And if you're wondering why go to bead shops, Maximo, well, it's because Jo is a very avid beader. It's her favourite pastime. She's an expert beader. She's won many different awards, and her business is to run a bead shop. So it's her passion to come here. And I was happy to come here to see a part of Tokyo that probably not many other foreign tourists would get to see. It's a win-win situation, really. The Miyashita shop had a very wide selection of beads and patterns and all sorts of things over 3 levels. Jo made her purchases and she was very happy about that, very happy indeed. We then proceeded to go to a couple of other bead shops. If you're into the arts and crafts, I would recommend both Bead Town and Fabric Town to you. The Starbucks Reserve Roastery Tokyo is a 4-story architect-designed coffee house sitting on the banks of the Meguro River in the Naka Meguro neighbourhood of Tokyo. It's a 25-minute 1.6 kilometer or 1 mile walk away from Shibuya Station and Shibuya Scramble Crossing. There are a couple of closer metro stations. The Roastery's 4 floors offer different experiences, starting with coffee on the first floor, tea-focused area on the second, a bar serving wine, whiskey and cocktails on the third, and a terrace and lounge on the 4th floor. You'll even find a small gift store on the ground floor. There's only 6 of these roasteries in the world. The first one that opened in Seattle. There's one in Shanghai, Milan, New York, this one in Tokyo, and Chicago. There's only a few of these roasteries around because they tend to specialise in rare and small batch coffees and do the whole sort of roasting and blending process themselves. This roastery was almost like a coffee-inspired mini theme park. We actually got to see a batch of coffee being roasted and then emptied from the roastering machine, spread out to cool a bit in the spreader, and then all the coffee beans were sucked up by vacuum into different storage and distribution containers. The whole area was quite huge. It covered 4 stories and it had a little bit of an industrial and machine-like feel about it, with heaps of natural light, with a very big open central space that was filled with all sorts of machines and vacuum tubes and whatnot. The roastery was located beside one of Tokyo's many little rivers, and it offered a couple of levels of outdoor seating. There was hardly anyone outside because it was way too hot and too humid to enjoy a coffee. It was fairly packed inside over the 4 different levels of the facility. You were able to order your favourite coffee and also get a bite to eat. There was quite a lot of seats, and it was a really nice, light-filled, youthful vibe about the place.
So these are Arabian bar. We have these are alcohol actually, and then we have coffee. Yeah, it's the same as the first floor coffee, and then we have no alcohol cocktail. Yes.
Okay.
Ice latte. Yeah. Yes, beer latte. Nice. Yeah.
Okay. Iced. Okay. Arigato.
We worked out what to order with the help of the very friendly staff. I had a nice coffee and Joe had a cappuccino. I think we both had the special Tokyo blend of coffee, and it was very, very nice indeed. We then finished our coffees and had a bit of a wander through the roastery and all the different floors, which is very different from each other. We spent about an hour and a half having a good look around, ordering coffee, doing a bit of people watching, and finally having a look at the gift store, which we managed to avoid buying any overpriced gifts or knickknacks, and then decided to head over to Shibuya and the famous Shibuya crossing. Along the way we passed many different interesting and unique stores, shop fronts, cafes and streets. It's really hard to get bored anywhere in Tokyo because everywhere you look it's a unique and rich cultural experience. The 15th and last place on our list is the Kitte building. It's a shopping and dining complex housed in the former Tokyo Central Post Office building next door to Tokyo Station. It's very easy to get to, has a wide variety of shops, cafes and restaurants, and it has a spectacular rooftop garden with views of Tokyo Station. The complex provides stunning views of Marunouchi Square and Tokyo Station's Marunouchi building at street level as well. If you're hungry, well, this is the place for you. There's heaps of different dining options on the 5th and 6th floors, and especially in the basement. And that's where we headed for a bite to eat. The basement contains a number of sushi restaurants as well as izakayas. And had some lunch. Lunch, of course, was sushi. I mean, when in Rome, right? This place was located in the basement of the Kitte building.
Right, kampai. So we're in the basement of the Kitte building, just opposite Tokyo Station. We've ordered some sushi and sashimi. Looking forward to it. I've been a little bit adventurous, so we'll see what comes. So what do we have here, darlings?
More of the same.
More of the same.
Same but different.
Same but different. Now everything is already pre-wasabi, isn't it? So this is medium fatty tuna. That is superb. That's so nice. So this is sardine. It's just as nice. I was a little bit pickled. Oh, thank you. I'll try the sea urchin next. Second rule. Creamy yet salty. A little bit of wasabi adds a little bit more spice and flavour to it, I think. So this is an eel. That wasn't soft, that just dissolved in my mouth. We have, oops, made a mess. We have octopus.
What's that? Chewy.
Nice flavour, a bit chewy. We have another superb lunch. You can't really have a bad sushi in Tokyo, can you? Really, it's been fantastic.
All for sushi, but what was I trying for them?
Excellent. Well, another fantastic lunch. Great views from up here, and incidentally, the grass may not look real, but it was actually real grass and recently mowed. Funny things you see in the weirdest places in Tokyo, huh? So we made our way downstairs, had a look around at the very impressive Kitte Mall, wandered around the shops and saw some very interesting gachapon as well as vending machines.
One season later.
And that's it, you've come to the end. My curated 15 strange, unusual and quirky things to see and do in Tokyo. If you made it this far into the video, thanks so much for watching. And until next time, you take care and bye now.